Good morning again. So today it's a little bit of a battle of the mascots. So on the left there is a remade version of the Lightweight from AC3 and SL's intros. Basically Lord Chumpo over there, he has a tendency to constantly get himself killed off. Basically loses his head and his arm in 3 and then just flat out gets murderized in SL's intro. But yeah, he's remade. He doesn't have his left arm howitzer, but that lefty machine gun seems about as close as it could be. As well, I switched out his core for the MG core. Given that he never seems to use his overboost, it seems like it's going to be a little bit more useful for him. He's got that whole machine gun missile thing going on. And he's got his same Sidewinder missiles and extensions as before. And in general is set up to do his whole hit and run thing. And then on the right is old Glint, basically just an old remake of White Glint. Tried to make him as close as possible. He acts more or less the same, and on the back he's got the micro missiles. That's really about all there is to say to it. So they're gonna go fight in this this particular arena first, and if it seems to favor one or the other very severely, we're gonna go for a different map and see if the results are any different. As per usual, it's gonna be, if it's really obvious, it's going to be a best out of 3. If it's closer, it's going to be a best out of 5. And it may go more than that if the map favors someone. So, that's about it. The AIs are pretty similarly set up. Personally, I'd say White Glint probably has the advantage here. Also, since there are no flares available, he went for the Missile Disruptor. I'm not quite sure why that's causing a frame drop. Let's see if upping frame skipping just a tiny bit will actually help with that. I didn't really have any lag earlier, so I can't really say why that is. Unfortunately, Formula Front is very wonky with how it emulates. Alright, so it looks like the AuldLangSyne here has already run out. He does tend to run himself out. I figure with the way that he went and fought in both the intros, he's not very good, so I just kind of left that as it is. His energy conservation is not very good, but he does have a tendency to be pretty good with his burst damage. But this is looking pretty dang close. Yes. So far, AuldLangSyne's winning it. I'm really hoping that that I made it in time for the your AC and LR contest that TBM was doing. This is the one that I submitted. I think I'll be turning down that frame skip. That's a little bit extreme. And like 3 did the job pretty nicely. Alright. Looks like AuldLangSyne won that first round. Oh. Okay, I didn't exactly drop the save in there. We're going to be doing a little bit of loading. But this time we're going to have Glint out as the info dump, as it were. Pretty much you have to pick which one you want to use to actually show things. Still a shame that you can't switch between the two. But anyhow, drop a save here. Get that second round going. Alright. I don't know, I think he came out pretty darn good. Why do you lag, game? There's no need to do that. I wonder if we turn frame skipping them up to 5, will it just go nuts? Slightly. Okay, he's got the definitely long range advantage, but a little bit random on whether or not he wants to use it properly. He's set up to try and dodge as much as possible, but as I've mentioned pretty much every single one so far, the AI doesn't always do that. It sees your whole dodge thing and thinks, oh man, that is hilarious. Well, he's about to die. Which is a shame, really. Also, I wanted to go for the 9 splits, but they were a little heavy. Okay, so that's 2 out of 3 for AuldLangSyne. I'd say it's pretty much going to be similar, so let's go for a little bit of a bigger map, see if that changes things. And if it doesn't, we'll go ahead and assume that was pretty accurate. Yeah, I wanted to have him with the kind of the AC2 lightweight core, but it does not exist in this one for whatever dang reason. They very randomly cut out some parts. Also, by the way, if you haven't noticed, these shadows go a little bit more than crazy. You can get a long-term, or long-range view of this. Yeah, White Glint's set up for some pretty decent accuracy at long range, too. Though, as with how he is in FA, he's definitely more specialized towards just dodging rather than actually hitting stuff. Also, his extensions, well, I'll go ahead and get rid of any missile barrages that AuldLangSyne has. He does have a definite advantage on this map. He would just continue using his rifles and dodging, he'd be fine. Unfortunately, he just got himself roasted, and now he's pretty much toast. Yeah, he doesn't translate too hot into older gens, but it is how it is. Probably could set him up a little bit better, which, again, I will go back and do later. You know, learning more things every single video, it seems. Though, as it is, a lot of his points are dumped into tracking so that he doesn't actually lose track and just kind of stand there. Kinda wish that they could be set up to continue moving whenever they lose track of somebody instead of looking around like a friggin' Dumbo. There we go. That's the AI I was testing. Not lag, not so much though. I think it's because they're both using so many high projectile count weapons. That's what's causing the lag here. The last few definitely weren't lagging this much. Yep. AuldLangSyne takes it. Okay. I think that's pretty safe to call right there then. So at least in later 3rd gen, it looks like that lightweight AC would definitely take out Glint, because I can't give him 8 times as much as AP, so... Anyhow, thank you.